Hey loves, this is Bobby and I'm here with another video. And yes, this is a readathon TBR video. I am going to be attempting to do 10 different readathons for the month of September, so I'm gonna have quite a few TBR videos. I'm not gonna post them all separately. I'm gonna try and see about getting some in on the same days, or at least in a week, just kind of upload as many as I can while I sort through these TBRs, because I'm doing 4, well technically 5 month-long ones, but one of them is the Towerathon, is where we read one book from Stephen King's Dark Tower series a month, so technically a month long, but I'm only reading the one book, and I've got that book on one of these other TBRs. So 4 though full-on month-long readathons. So yeah, why do I keep doing this to myself? I don't know, but I'm having a blast. But I feel like a conspiracy theorist trying to connect the dots from clues and stuff, trying to fit these damn TBRs together, because I gotta get a little creative matching up some of these prompts. But you know what, I did it. I have 4 of them already done. I just have to get them all together and do the video. So this one is going to be for Becca's Bookopoly. This seems to be the one that pretty much everybody is doing this month. I'm very excited for it. I wasn't sure if I was going to join in at first because it sounded a little complicated, but it really wasn't. I was able to get it all down and everything once I really kind of focused on it, and I'm really excited to do this one. I have already filmed myself doing the whole rolling the dice and everything. If you don't know, this readathon is based around the game Monopoly. Becca has made a awesome board. You can print it out, but I don't have a printer or anything, so I did everything digitally. I will mention this though in the second part, but I did a full-on kind of where everything can do the fill in the blanks. I have a blank one that I'm going to link below. In case you're not interested though in watching me do the rolling and stuff though, I'm going to link the doc that I made down below. It is, you can fill in your own blanks, you can add how many rolls you're going to do. I originally was going to do 5 rolls, and I did do the 5 rolls, but it just wasn't enough books for me, so I upped it to 10 rolls. Yeah, you're gonna see what ended up happening with that. But yeah, so yes, I'm very excited for this. So yeah, this is Monopoly style readathon. It has some really cool spots on there, some really cool prompts, a lot of cool little extra things going into that. Like I said, if you're not interested in watching the whole me spinning process, I mean rolling the dice process and everything, feel free to skip past that. You'll honestly be able to tell, because it's going to be a full shot of just my setup that I did, and I will be talking about my actual TBR towards the end, because I wanted to roll to get all my prompts, and then I had to kind of figure out what books I was going to read for those prompts, because my shelves are still not done. That's why I've got this setup going on behind me, because my shelves are a mess. And yeah, also I wanted to sit down because this is going to be a long video and I don't want to stand. So I'm going to show you where I did my spins, and you can see what prompts I picked and everything. But like I said, I will be talking about full prompts and the books that I did pick for them. If you want to fast forward over that, I will leave a time code right here or something so you know where to fast forward to. So I will catch you in a bit. Okay, I am here with the setup that I have going for this. Yeah, got a lot of electronics going here. Okay, so I will be playing on this tablet right here. I made a doc that had to do with the readathon. So here's the board that I will be playing on. Here is my little placer. I don't know if my camera will pick it up or not, but it's me. This is a picture that a friend drew for me that I got turned into stickers, and it'll make its way around the board for me. So there, and here's the board. I made this doc. I will post the link to it down below. I posted it on Twitter, and a few people seem to have found it very helpful. It'll save you time to get yourself organized. So here's the board. I'm going to do 10 rolls, so there are my 10 spots. If I do doubles though, I have to add more roll. I have to add an extra roll for every double I do, so fingers crossed there are no doubles. I was originally only going to do 5, but it just wasn't enough because I need a lot of books for all of the readathons that I'm doing, and a lot of these prompts I can fit pretty well together, so here's to hoping I didn't screw myself over. The chance cards were yellow, so I just highlighted them in yellow. These are the book titles. I went with 8 different books. It was 4 that I'm super excited for and 4 that I am not as excited for, but I'm trying to make my way through my physical books, so these are all books that I do own. These are in no particular order on here, so when I randomize them, it'll be even more random. So the blue ones are for the community cards, which were blue on the little paper. These are the different prompts. I pulled these prompts from some of the other readathons that I'm doing so that I can have more crossover. This is the Becca's Rec list. These are all the ones for the if I land on Becca's rec spot. So these are, I watched a bunch of her videos. These are 5 books that I do own. So I went with those, and then the last one is for the TBR game spot. If I land on it, I went with Cody's Book Corners game. I just watched her last video, and I just went with the prompts that she ended up getting for the month. So there we go. There was 5 of those as well. So there we go. There is my entire thing. Like I said, I'll link this down below if you'd like to use it. I have a blank one up. So there we go. There is my spot. I am going to be doing the random number generator off of my tablet, and my lamp is totally catching that, and I'm sorry about that. So I will change the number to up top, because if I land on one of the prompts, I'll change it from 1 to 8. If I land on one of the corners, the TBR game or Becca's, I will change it to 5. Also, I totally cracked my screen while trying to set up, so here's to hoping that it only cracked the screen protector and not the actual screen underneath. I am terrified to take it off. So there we go, and last but not least, I will be doing the dice on my phone with the random.org's roller dice. So there we go. That is my setup. Let's get started, and fingers frickin' crossed. So here's my little person. We will be starting on go. It's a little too small, but I will make do. So we're starting off on go. Roll number 1. Maybe I'll turn it that way. There we go. Roll number 1 is 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Disability rep. That roll number 2 is 4, and I got a double. Damn. So that adds on. Let's see, I have a pen and paper. I'll keep track. Plus 1. So we got 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Poll pick. So I've got to put a poll up on Twitter or something. Roll again. Number 3. We've got 3. So 1, 2, 3. Young adult. Number 4. 4. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got a chance card. Chance. So I'm going to get my random number generator, change this to 8, and generate a number. Number 2. Number 2 is The Isles of Blood by Rick Yancey, which works out for Monster-a-thon. So roll number 5. We've got 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A book set in the past. Next roll. We've got 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Big book plus 500 plus pages. Roll again. We've got 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A book with a dark cover. Roll again. We've got 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got pole pick again, so roll number 9. I got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First in a series, that's easy enough. So number 10. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Read a sad book. I don't know about that one. I don't cry, I don't find books sad, but we will add it here. I know you can roll again though if you want. You have to add a second, you have to add an extra book. I might roll again for that one because I don't read sad books and I don't even know what constitute as a sad book for me because I don't read. You know what? I'm gonna roll again. So I have plus 2 rolls. So we're gonna delete 10. I don't know. I don't like that one. And I really don't read sad. Like I said, I don't read sad. So okay, so these are my extra rolls. So this is rolling roll number 10 again. So that is an extra 2 books, I believe. So 3. So I've got an extra 3 rolls I have to do. So roll again. Oh shit. It's an extra 4 books I've got to do. So 10. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A most recent purchase. I'm cool with that. I've bought in a lot of books. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A small book. Under 300 pages. Next roll. I don't even know if you can see this. 9 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ebook or audiobook. Roll again. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Community chest. Alrighty. Community chest are the blue ones. So I will get my random number generator again. There's 1 through 8. 4. A book with an animal on the cover. That works out really easy. Go. Last roll. Fingers crossed. No frickin' doubles. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I have to add another book. Oh crap. Alright. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A book with water. Okay. Don't cross my fingers. Let's just not get doubles. 4. Okay. So 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A book set in the past. I think I already have that one. I don't know if we can do, yeah. So set in the past. That's easy. There we go. 15 frickin' books. Holy crap. I've got this though. I've been reading like 20-some books a month, so I've got it. But there we go. That was interesting. Seeing as I was originally only going to be doing 5 rolls, I ended up with 15 books. So there we go. Okay, so thanks for joining. Okay, so we're back. And yeah, like I said, I originally did only 5 spins. With those 5 spins, I only got 5 prompts. I didn't get any doubles. It was really easy, but it just wasn't enough books because I needed enough books to try and fill in my other TBRs, and I didn't want to have all these different books all over the place. So I'm like, 10 seems like a reasonable number to cover for readathons. Yeah, as you saw near the end there, I got doubles and then I skipped a prompt, so that came, so I ended up with 15 books. I went from 5 to 15 freaking books. Yeah, I don't know. I just, at this point, you know, I should have stuck with the 5, but I'm okay. I'm okay. Like I said, I've already figured out all my TBRs, the month-long ones at least. The ones that are later in the month, though, I've got to see what books I have left over and what's going on, because I've got some pretty big books in here. I've got 2 very, very big books, but they're the ones I'm most excited for, so let's get started on the actual TBR, and I will go over again the prompts that I had in case you didn't watch the spinning, which I totally don't blame you. So let's get this show on the road. So roll number 1, I got a book featuring disabilities. I already had this prompt for my Monsterathon, so I got lucky with that one, with the 2 books with disability. I am going to be reading Locked In by John Schalze. This takes place in, I don't know if it's a future or like a now type of setting, but this is a epidemic, pandemic type of book, which, yeah. I've owned this book for years. I didn't actually know what it was about. I think I got it, like literally, I think I've had this book for like 4 years or so, and I got it because it was like $1 something and I needed like $1 to get free shipping on a site, so I grabbed it randomly. But this takes place in a future where there is a pandemic going around where people are getting like a flu-like disease, and most people just get the flu type of thing, but there are the 1% of people that do end up getting worse, and they end up completely paralyzed in their bodies. And then there are certain people that can let them into their bodies to, I guess, kind of move around, but this does deal with people being paralyzed. It's all I really know about it. Like I said, I've had this book for years. I honestly completely forgot I owned it, but when I was looking up books, because I really wanted to read something a little different for the book with disabilities, I almost picked up A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I need to finish that one, but I am already have like retellings and stuff, and I've been reading a lot of retellings, so I really wanted to do something different, and this one just sounded really interesting, so here's to hoping. Roll number 2 is a poll pick. I have a poll up right now for in one of the Facebook groups I'm in, but I'm waiting for it to get posted and to get enough responses on there, so I will do those later. Hey loves, this is me editing this video. As you saw, I had rolled poll twice, so what I ended up doing was going into one of my Facebook book groups that I'm in. I put a poll up with a bunch of different books. I think I did like 8 or 10 books, and I told everybody to pick 2 books. I am very happy with the 2 that got chosen. I've been dying to read both of them. The first one, though, I do not have a physical copy. I have it on my Kindle, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up buying it because I love the cover and I'm very, very excited for it. And that is The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. I am ecstatic that this book got picked. I have heard nothing but amazing things about it, and I cannot wait to get it and read it. Like I said, I have a Kindle copy, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up buying it. Goal number 3, which was to read a young adult book. I read a lot of young adult, and I probably could have picked something different, but you know what? I think this entire series. I have never read it. I think it's like 7 or 8 freaking books. I keep buying them. I've had them for years. I bought them all secondhand, and it's about time I read it. I recently pulled it out. Well, when I was, while I am redoing my shelves, I saw it and I'm like, you know what, I need to read this damn book. I've had it for way too long, and that is Blue Bloods by Melissa de la Cruz. This has to do with vampires. There is a girl that attends this really elite rich school. She lives with her grandmother and stuff, but you know, she's not like other girls. I usually hate that trope, but I'm gonna give it a shot because I remember a long ass time ago hearing about this book, and it was always mentioned that it was a pretty good vampire series. But she finds out that she is a blue blood, and she dives into this world of vampires. It's all I really know about it. I don't know anything about the other books. I just know it's a really long series, and that I own almost every book from the series for some reason. I keep finding them at like the Dollar Tree or like dollar stores or at thrift stores. I have gotten every single one of these secondhand, and I don't know how the hell I ended up with them all, but I did. So there we go. Number 4 is I got the chance card, and that was chance card was to pick a book. I got The Isle of Blood by Rick Yancey. This is the 3rd book in the Monstrumologist series. The first one is the Monstrumologist. The second one is the Curse of the Wendigo. This is the 3rd one. I started this one a couple years ago, but I hit a really bad reading slump and I never finished it. And I've always wanted to because I love the first 2 books. The second book especially is like horrific and heartbreaking and so good, and I really want to find out what happens. I need to finish it. There's one more book after this one, so I'm hoping I get to that last one in October or sooner. This follows the story of a man who is the monstrumologist. His name is Dr. Worthop. He has an assistant, Henry, or Will Henry is his name. We're being told the story through Will Henry because he is an older man now. He is living in like a retirement home. Well, he was living in a retirement home. Is or was, I can't remember. But he is going over his journals where he talks about, because he says that he is like over 100 years old, like he's really really old. I can't remember exactly how old he's supposed to be, but they don't believe him that he's this old because it's not possible. But he's saying that he somehow found a way to stay younger, and when he was a kid, he used to work for this man, the monstrumologist, who used to study all of these different creatures and stuff. Like in the second book is the Wendigo. The first book, I can't remember the name of the creatures, but they were like a human torso that had a mouth in the stomach. There was a couple scenes in that book where it freaked me the fuck out. But with this one, he has been let go by Dr. Worthop, and he eventually, the new assistant, comes back because they were going to the Isle of Blood, which is in Sarcotra. I don't know where that is. As you can tell, I'm not very good with geography. But when I don't even know if this is a real place or not, because this is the way it's written is very historically fantastic, fantasy horror. Like it's all over the place. But when the new assistant comes back, he says that the doctor is dead, but Will Henry doesn't believe him, so he's going to the Isles of Blood to find him. I'm excited for this one. Honestly, I have meant to finish this series. I loved the first 2 books. I think both of them were either 5 or 4 stars. I think the Curse of the Wendigo was definitely 5 stars because that book just blew me away. But yeah, super excited about this one. Goal number 5 was read a book set in the past. This is another book that I had started. I only got like a chapter in or so, but it was when I was just in a reading slump, and I think I started like 12 books and didn't read shit. That is Dreadnation by Justina Ireland. This takes place during the, I believe, like Civil War America, and the dead have started rising. The main character, she was born like a couple days before the dead started rising. This does deal with slavery and stuff. The girls, the young black girls, and I believe it's also Native American girls, I believe as well, but I think the main character though is black, where instead of them being trained as or forced into slavery as, house slaves or in the fields, these girls are trained to protect the house, and that's all I really know about it. I don't want to know too much about it. As you know, I don't like to know what my books are about too much before I dive in, but I'm very excited for this one. Like I said, I started it and I was loving it, but I just hit this reading slump that I could not finish it. So definitely excited about this one. The next one is one of the most anticipated books on this list, and I can't. This is for the 6th roll, which is to read a book that is 500 plus pages. This book is almost 800 pages. And that is The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. I have just gotten into Brandon Sanderson. I read Elantris, and then I read the first book in the Mistborn. And I can't. The Final Empire was the first book. This is the second book for the Mistborn trilogy. I'm so freaking excited for this one. I don't want to know anything what this is about. I've gone into every single book completely blind, and I'm excited. Everybody knows what the Mistborn, but in case you don't, this follows a fantasy world where the Dark Lord type of evil character had one, and there are people that have powers, and their powers, the magic system is dealt with around through metal. When they ingest it, they get these different powers. Most people can only do one. If they do have this kind of ability, they can only use one metal. But there are people known as the Mistborn who they are able to ingest multiple types and get different powers. The first book blew me away. Like, I love it. I loved every fucking page of that book. So I am super excited. But like I said, I don't know what the plot is this one, and I don't want to know. So the next one is roll number 7, is to read a book with a dark cover. I have been dying to throw this onto a TBR for a while now, and I'm very excited I finally can, and that is The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Callie Barnhill. This is a middle grade fantasy book. This follows the story of, there is a witch that lives outside of this, I think she lives like in this forest, and the people of the village that's close by all believe that she's this evil witch that's going to kill their crops or terrorize them and stuff unless they give her a newborn baby every year, I think it is. And she doesn't know why they keep giving her babies. She doesn't want the babies. She ends up taking the babies. She usually gives them, I believe it's Starlight. But with this new baby, she ends up accidentally giving her the moon, and the girl ends up getting these powers. I am very, very excited for this one. I've heard so many wonderful things, and I cannot wait for this one. Okay, so for the next prompt was roll number 8, was a poll pick again. I have that same poll. I asked people to pick 2 books, so I will update what that one is. The next one, I am so thrilled as well that it got picked because I have been dying to read it. I just kept putting it off, and then with all of these readathons, I just haven't been able to put it onto a TBR, so I'm very, very glad that I finally am, and that is Cersei by Madeline Miller. The Song of Achilles is one of my absolute favorite books. I am still a devastated mess over that book. Like, that was one of the very few books that ever made me cry. So yeah, I am very much excited about this one. I have heard a lot of polarizing things about it, but I am ecstatic. I cannot wait. I loved her writing. It was so beautiful, and I am very interested in getting to this one. Roll number 9, which is to read the first book in a series. I am going to be going with The Illusion of Thieves by Kate Glass. This takes place in a world where magic is outlawed. Our main character, her name is Rami. She has magic, but she does not say. She's working in the household of the Shadow Lord, who is the ruler of this world, or her country, or whatever. Her brother ends up getting caught for thieving with magic, but to save his life, she offers herself in replace, and she ends up exiled, and then they uncover a plot to kill this Shadow Lord, and she wants to stop it because it'll incite an entire civil war and everything. So she finds herself in this group, and they are going to have to start using magic. I bought this one on a whim. I really liked the cover. This was a cover buy for me, but it sounds really interesting. Like, I don't know, something about it just really, really caught me, and I'm very excited for it. The next one is read a recent purchase. This was in my very last book haul that I just got the other day, and I am going to be going with A Blade So Black by L.L. McKinney. This is supposed to be an Alice in Wonderland like retelling, where we follow the main character, Alice. Oh, okay, sometimes they change the name of the girls going to Wonderland, but she is able to cross over into Wonderland, as well as, I believe she's from Atlanta, and she kicks ass. She knows how to use weapons and everything, and her, it just says her mysterious mentor, is kidnapped and dragged into Wonderland, and she must go there to get him back. I've been seeing this book mentioned quite a bit lately. I've always seen it around, but I've never heard anybody really talk about it, but lately I have, and I'm very excited to get into it. I love Alice in Wonderland retellings. I've read quite a few of them. I haven't liked very many of them, but I'm very optimistic that one day I'm going to find that one that just takes me away. So here we go. Role number 11 is to read a book under 300 pages. This one I knew as soon as I got this prompt, and it's probably going to be, I don't know if I have to read these in order. I hope not, because this is going to be the first book I read for the month, and that is In an Absent Dream by Shannon McGuire. This is the 4th book in the Wayward Children series. I do not know what this is about. I do not want to know what this is about. I have gone into every single one of these books blind, and I have loved every single one of them. The first 3 have all been 5-star books for me, so I have no doubt that this is going to be a 5-star. If you do not know, which I don't know how you don't know, because these books are literally everywhere. This follows the story of a group of kids that live in this kind of boarding school house that takes in children that have crossed over into these fantasy lands like Wonderland, Narnia, stuff like that, and they have came back from these places and they don't know how to deal with it, because those places where their homes, while they are from our world, isn't where they belong. They belong in these fantasy worlds, and they are dealing with the repercussions of coming back. Not all of them have came back willingly. This is inclusive as hell. It is super queer. I love this series so much, and after this one I only have one left, and I'm going to try and get it in if I can. If not, I'm just going to read it anyway, because I need to finish it, because at this point it's been really hard not to finish this series, but I fell behind last month. So here's to hoping I can get the last one in, but I don't want the series to end because I think there's still one more book coming out, so I don't know. Okay, so for my 12th role, it was to listen to an audiobook, which is no problem for me. Since getting into audiobooks, I'm constantly doing them, and this worked out for me because I'm able to get in another almost 800-page book, and that is going to be The Heroes of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. This is the final book in the first Mistborn trilogy. Again, don't know what it's about, don't want to know what it's about, but I know I'm gonna love it, and I'm so excited. I don't know if I'm going to do these back to back or if I might space them out, and I constantly keep hitting myself in the face with books, but yes, very, very excited. Next up is my 13th role, and that is to read a book with an animal on the cover. I was trying to find animals on the cover. Apparently I don't have that many, which is really weird, because you know, once I'm done filming, I'm going to find 20,000 books. But this has been on my TBR cart for a while, and these are the books that I really want to get to, and that is going to be The Female of the Species by Mindy McGinnis. This follows the story of a girl whose sister was murdered, and when that happens, she realizes that she can kill people. Like, she wants vengeance for this because her sister's murderer gets away with it, and she kind of just starts taking these dark turns. That's all I really know about it. I've read the synopsis and it doesn't really say too much, just that she kind of gets darker and darker. Sounds cool to me. Next one is roll number 14, which is to read a book with water on the cover. This is another one I was having a really hard time finding, and I was pulling books randomly, and funny enough, I was doing one of my other prompts for a different readathon, which was to pull pick a book at random. I literally just sat down and I grabbed this book at random, and it worked out for both prompts, and that is The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel. There is a picture of a lake house on here, so there is water. So that counts, or I'm gonna count it. I don't care. I have been dying to get to this one. Like, no lie, I read the 11th station, or no, I read Station 11 last year, I think it was, and I fell in love with it. I loved her very dreamy type of writing, and I don't know what this one is about. I think it has something to do with like a Ponzi scheme type of thing, but that's all I know. I went into Station 11 not knowing anything, and I loved it. I'm going into this completely blind because I like to not know what I'm going to read, and I've heard a lot of very mixed things about this, and I don't care. I cannot wait for it. I'm so excited that I was able to put this on a TBR, and like I said, I randomly drew it out for another one, and it had the water, so it was like the fates shining down on me saying, read me, read me, read me. The last book, which is roll number 15, and that is to read a book set in the past. So when I picked this book up, I bought it on a whim. I thought this book was part of a different series when I bought it because the covers were really similar, and apparently it wasn't. This is, I think, a standalone, or I'm not actually sure if it's not a standalone or not. I bought it on random, and when I found out it wasn't part of a series, and I don't know if you can hear that, my dog is totally snoring. I've got two dogs in here right now. I don't know which one's snoring, but one of them is. But this, like I said, was not the book I thought it was, so I kind of ended up reading what it was about after all, and it sounds super interesting, and that is The Lady Rogue by Jen Bennett. And then when I knew this has to do with Vlad the Impaler, Vlad the Impaler, or Dracula, and so I thought it took place during that time. I was reading the synopsis when I literally sat down to film, and apparently it doesn't. The way it was sounding was a little more modern time, so then I got, shit, did I mess up? But no, this book takes place in the 30s, I believe. I'm hoping it's the 30s. All of it, because it's got like journal entries and it says 1937, so I'm hoping this takes place in the 30s. This one is going to be a wild ride because I literally don't know when it's taking place. But this follows the story of a girl who all she wants to do is her dad is a treasure hunter, and he has found notes and stuff about Vlad the Impaler, and the main character, I think her name is Theodora. Theodora. She wants to do this treasure hunting as well, but he doesn't want her to because she's a girl. So he has his assistant, and is it his assistant? Yeah, his protege, and they go out in search of finding more of the whatever information they can on Vlad the Impaler, and her dad goes missing, and the protege comes back, and she has to work with him to find out where her dad is and what's going on, and how all of this ties into Vlad. So I am very excited. This one sounds really cool and really interesting. Like I said, complete accident buy, so hey, and I really like the cover. It's really cool. So there we go. There are my 15 books. Yeah, I still can't believe I went from 5 to 15 because, yeah, shouldn't have tempted fate. But there we go. There is my Bookopoly TBR. If you've read any of these, definitely let me know. If you are taking part in this, drop the link to your video down below. I love watching TBR videos. I end up adding so many books to my TBRs. because of them. So drop those links. But thank you for watching. If you liked this, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you guys later in the next TBR video, because there's going to be quite a few of them this month. So, as always, happy reading. Bye.